doors together we face today. But every step of the way, we're making choices. And I just pray and hope that we will all make good choices each and every day. Guard your heart. So all that resentment stuff, all the bitterness, no, 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 no. Leave the bitterness alone. Guard your hearts. Forgive. I know it's hard. It's not an easy thing to do, but let's practice forgiveness. And by the way, if we are going to talk about wellness, if we're seriously going to embrace wellness, then forgiveness is a huge part of getting well and staying well. It is said that all these gallstone and cancers and inflammation, it has its roots in bitterness and unforgiveness. So let's let it go. Let's harbor clean thoughts. Let's forgive. Occurs to me, by the way, novel that a lot of resentment takes place in the family. All these fake people, there are families that will not support us. We're trying to do our business, network marketing, and guess who is not inclined to support us? The family. Yes, there was a story of Cain and Abel. Here we go with Joseph and his brothers, all that jealousy and all that hatred. So don't be surprised if you are in a family environment where there's love and support. Oh, be thankful. Be so thankful and grateful because that is not the norm. History, Bible history, history of life, it shows where over and over for generations, families, they terrorize, they victimize each other. So don't be surprised. Stay in the race. One life. Let's live it right. Let's follow the vision. Someone saying something?
Oh, I thought you were done. I was about to
Yeah.
say something.
Yeah. So let's follow the faith. Let's serve with humility. Create the vision. Cherish vision. Create it. And let's be true to our body. It's one life, guys. Let's live it right. Our attitude will determine our altitude. So just
Amen.
about now, now that what we do when we meet like this, we're just encouraging each other. We are fellow workers in this journey of life. And what I love about what we do here now that I see in you, in Maria, in a lot of us who come on the call and we give, we don't get paid, but it's done from a place of love and gratitude. And don't get it twisted, Norbert. I tell you this, that before this year is done, you are going to experience that breakthrough that you have been wanting and praying for. Take it any way you want. Prophetic, it's okay. But I'm telling you, and for those of us that have been laboring, you have been watering your bamboo, expect to see your bamboo shoot in this very year as we launch the campaign to take atomy to the United States of America. 360 plus uh, million people in this country, and not even 1% is aware of atomy and these wonderful products. So, without any further ado, I'll quickly invite us to unmute, and we're going to say the pledge and do our little intro, whatever. If you're new on the call, we invite you to just share, tell us who you are, where you're calling from, and we're going to be inviting our guest presenter in about 10 minutes in the hour to step up and to take the stage. But let's just do the pledge. Let's commit to our motto. And on the count of three, ready first, Nelda? On screen. Okay,
Yeah.
so quickly we'll just unmute our microphones and we will declare boldly with conviction our pledge and we will proceed. One, two, three. Cherish
Cherish
the
the
spirit,
spirit, create
create a
a
division
division
All over
over
all
faith,
faith,
over faith,
serve and humility.
humility,
humility.
Aja,
Ja, ja,
agile,
aja.
agile.
Yeah.
thank you.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Okay. Good.
All right.
We'll do the
Anything
company.
from the company?
We'll do the company model. I know Nick likes to have it done. So, well, yeah, what I was gonna say, while you were speaking, Mr. C, and the saying goes, when people show you who they are, believe them. So we have to, as we build our business and we see the changes in the individual around us, just accept it for what it is. Because people do show their true colors. So you just take it for what it is. Don't try to analyze it. They're showing you. I take people for
With a presence across the.
they show me who they are, and I said, okay. And we go, because as he said, God is going to show us things, and he's going to remove those around us that is not supposed to be there. You know, there's a saying that not everyone can go with you. So just take it for what it is and keep moving. So let's go to the company profile.
The company that has remained steadfast and kept the right principles. The company headed toward the world with the right principles. The company that grows with its customers and shares generously. We are Atomy. Atomy, which has been growing ever since its establishment in 2009, is a global network marketing company with a presence across the globe. Atomy's #1 goal of going beyond customer satisfaction to customer success continues to be its top priority to this day. Providing good quality products at reasonable prices, Atomy's competitiveness lies in the nature of distribution. The absolute quality and absolute price product philosophy that Atomy has practiced since its inception is included in all of its products, such as health functional foods, beauty, living, food, fashion, home appliances, and more. Atomy Hemohim surpassed 2 trillion Korean won in cumulative sales, ranked #1 in domestic health functional food exports. Developed as part of a national project by the Korea Atomic Energy Research Institute, Hemohim holds 23 international patents and made history in 2023 by being the first in the country to offer dual health benefits, immune boost, and fatigue relief. Absolute Skincare, a flagship product, has surpassed 1 trillion Korean won in cumulative sales. It received the Kim Sejong Award from the Korean Intellectual Property Office, a first in cosmetics, and was named a world-class product for next generation by the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Energy. Atomy prioritizes customers, earning customer-centered management certification for 3 consecutive years, a rare industry feat. Since opening its U.S. branch in 2010, Atomy has grown into a global hub, linking producers and consumers worldwide through 27 branches in Asia, South America, Oceania, and Europe. Atomy products have proven overwhelmingly popular in international markets, achieving the top export ranking for health functional foods and over-the-counter medications. Following the $300 million Export Tower Award, the company reached cumulative exports of $1.8 billion in 2024. After launching its EU branch, Atomy plans to expand globally, focusing on Africa, Central and South America, and other emerging markets. Atomy's GSGS strategy, which stands for Global Sourcing, Global Sales, allows the supply of products that align with the absolute quality and absolute price philosophy through Atomy's global sales network. Atomy's success system in which the company runs all seminars, allows any member to succeed regardless of individual ability. This is the driving force behind Atomi's distinctive growth. Success seminars that bridge online and offline realms vividly communicate Atomi's vision to members worldwide, presenting a vision of global success that goes beyond time and space by merging business and culture. The X Project has been initiated to cultivate global leaders and empower active members around the world. Atomy continues to provide unwavering support for success, including the reopening of Songnisan Forest as a hub for the Atomy brand experience. To achieve absolute quality and absolute price, and to ensure commitment to quality from its partners, Atomy provides various support measures for partnering companies, such as cash payment within 1 week from delivery, interest-free operating fund loans, and joint quality management systems, among others. These create a culture of a company growth. Atomy is implementing various policies to ensure sustainable coexistence with the Earth. The company promotes resource recycling and environmental restoration through product renewals aimed at zero plastic initiatives, increasing the use of biodegradable plastics and eco-friendly materials, and introducing smart packaging solutions. Atomy's contributions surpass not only its industry and the distribution sector, but also stand at the top level nationally. Over the past 3 years, the company's donation percentage relative to revenue has been 30 times that of the distribution industry, ranking first among Korea's top 500 companies. As a result, it has earned various government awards and certifications, including the Government Award for Sustainable Management, Good Donor Award, Family Friendly Company, and Great Place to Work Korea. Atomy's culture of sharing has expanded beyond national borders, with the company, members, partner companies, and executives actively engaging in social contribution activities worldwide. The company that holds true to its principles while creating a new distribution culture. The company expanding globally with the trust of people around the world. The company that dreams of customer success while moving beyond customer satisfaction. The company that cherishes the spirit. We are proud Atomy.
We are proud Atomy, and we want to this morning pause for a minute to bring on stage and welcome all the way from the city of Portmore in the parish of St. Catherine in the island of Jamaica, my good friend and brother from another mother, Dr. Clive Mr Microbiome Campbell, the man for the people, professional network marketing practitioner, a wellness consultant, a life coach. Dr. Campbell, can you hear me?
Yes, indeed, sir. I'm hearing you loud and clear. Thank you for asking.
Well,
Morning.
Absolutely, my brother. I invite you to take it away.
Oh, great, great, great. Thank you, sir, CJ. You are mighty man of valor. Thank you for the invitation. Let me say a pleasant good morning to all the faithful members of Atomy and the guests that we may have this morning. Keep up the good work as we continue to share information to rescue our nation. We are very happy for this platform, this stage on which we can speak, because we have a message that need to resonate from every nook and cranny, from baby to granny, because this story will affect and impact every single life. So a pleasant good morning to you. Invite you to fasten your seatbelt. If you have never heard a presentation of the microbiome before, this may be fast and furious, but just in case you are curious, this is the right place for you. it is something that you need to know. I think that the system has done a great disservice to us, to humans, in that they have identified who we really and truly are, but they lack the will and commitment to tell us the true story. So we are living for less than who we really are, because somebody somewhere have the memo sitting on their desk and finds it inconvenient to let the masses know about it. But thank God for companies like Atomy. We thank God for TikTok. We thank God for YouTube and other aspects of social media that gives us gems in our spirit, and the functional medicine doctors that pops up every now and then to tell us things that the system, the establishment, will not want us to know. So blessings, morning, and keep up the good work. So ladies and gentlemen, as I jump off in this presentation, I want to take your minds back to say 2000 and something years ago, in the time of Pythagoras, when the discussion and conversation and question being asked is the earth flat or is the earth round? You know what conclusion they came to, and we still believe that. 1600 years later, in the time of Galileo, there were conversations going on of a different sort. Is it the earth or is it the sun that is at the center of the solar system? The obvious conclusion we know, it is the sun and not the earth that is at the center of the solar system. Today, the major conversation that is going on is it man or is microbes that are at the center of human health? Who is in control? Ladies and gentlemen, we invite you to stick around because the answer may shock you, as it is currently blowing the mind of those in the medical and scientific community. So if you are ready for this level of conversation, oftentimes they say the truth is stronger than fiction. And this may be one of those cases. So the truth be told, after more than 100,000 scientific papers and studies, wow, look at this now, no? My neighbor is doing some repairs, so next door, and the guys are making some noise, but I hope that they can still hear me. So I'm sorry, I can apologize for any inconvenience, but I'll try to move on. So thousands and thousands of scientific studies have confirmed some things we're going to talk about. Most humans are still trying to wrap their heads around what is now being discovered. CJ, do me a favor.
My brother.
Talk
Yes.
for a minute for me. Let me ask the neighbor if he can desist
Okay.
for a while. Are you hearing the noise?
No, we're not.
You're
I
not
don't
hearing the
know.
noise?
No, we're not hearing the noise.
Okay,
so
all right.
perhaps you can.
Fine. All right. If it becomes disturbing, let me know. But we will soldier on. Thanks for the update. Yeah. So a lot of humans are still trying to wrap their heads around what is discovered, our current reality of who we truly are. And it's as if God blew the minds of science and shocked the entire medical fraternity as it is revealed in terms of who we really are, who we truly are as humans. And I am suggesting that when you hear this information, your life will never be the same again. And the reason why is that if you know better, you will think better and you will do better. So that is why information is so powerful. And we are living in the information age. So bacteria is actually helping us to write our story. And the unfolding of your life could not be done if microbes, microbiome, the bacteria, do not participate in our life. It will be a failure. It will be a misery. There is a quotation from Daniel Vitalis. He is a gastroenterologist of no mean order. He is well respected in the space and often quoted by his peers and other persons. Here's what he said. Our understanding of the gut microbiome will overturn everything we think we know about health, about nutrition, and about science. Overturn. And these are strong things that, what is he talking about? We're going to hear some more. A letter was written by Professor Julian Davies. It's a man. It sounds Julian, sounds like a woman, but it's a man. Professor Julian Davies. In the year 2001, after the Human Genome Project, which started in 1990 and ended in about 2001. They did not get the answers from the Human Genome Project that they were hoping to get. And Professor Julian Davies had to write to the Science magazine and to say to them, be warned. You cannot expect to talk about human health and get the results that human gets without considering the 1,000 species of bacteria that lives on us and lives inside of us. What a strong statement. You cannot consider human health and not to consider its microbes. Microbes are not illegal. Like microbes didn't stray and come in the body and infect the body as some persons would like to suggest. It's all legal, it's legitimate. And we have to understand, based upon scientific findings, that our body that we think we have does not exist. We are not so much of a human being. So there's a difference between being human and a human being. And I hope that during this type of presentation, we will get it. We are multi-beings. We are an ecosystem. We are a holobiont. Those are the words they are using to suggest that we have more than just human cells that makes up and comprises the body. And somehow a Bob Marley song, Sir CJ, is coming to my mind and others. Until the philosophy that holds one race or type of cells inferior and the other superior is totally abandoned and discredited, they are going to be what? War. War in the East, war in the West. We have to come to an understanding and show respect for all the cells that cause our body home. We have to learn to do that. And many of us, we have to find a way to get some whiteout, find a way to get some mental eraser, to undo some of what the system done loaded on us, and start to upload new and powerful and creditable information, or else you will never be able to get your health back if you have lost it, or to live the best quality life and health that you can live if you continue to follow the narrative that is old and primitive and archaic. And Dr. Michael Greger laments that it takes an average of 17 years for major discoveries to be brought to the fore, to be a part of clinical daily practices and procedures. 17 years on average. Some may take 5 or 10 years, others may take 30 or 40 years. And sometimes, based upon information we have, it is not convenient for the system to allow us, big head board in Jamaica, there's a term they use that people who don't and can't think for themselves. They can't allow us to get this knowledge, because we will become too smart and realize that why 80% of the people who solicit help from the system for chronic, degenerative, progressive diseases do not get the help they are looking for. I don't know how many of you know about Solomon Agonde. Solomon Agonde is said, he was born on a Monday, christened on a Tuesday, got married on the Wednesday, as the people trying to juggle their mind now to say what happened on Thursday. He got sick on the Thursday. The narrative said he got worse on the Friday. My million-dollar question is, why could not the narrative be changed to say, even though he got sick on the Thursday, he got better on the Friday? Why did he get worse? And the rest of his week, of his life, continued, and it went down the hill. He died on the Saturday, buried on the Sunday, and that was the end of Solomon Agonde. Why Solomon Agonde had to die? Because he lost his health, because he got sick, because somehow he lost his way with his health. Why did he have to die? Why couldn't he recover? Is that a reasonable question? Can somebody put a 7 in the chat, or a fireball, or some response? Did Solomon Agonde have to die? Why didn't someone understand the makeup of the human body to help Solomon Agonde, that if he himself did not know how to get his health back after he lost it, who are we paying our millions of to that cannot help us to why should we live with diabetes for when? 30, 40, 50 years? Why should we live with high blood pressure all our lives? Why cancer should be a death sentence, and Alzheimer's cannot be reversed, and kidney diseases cannot be. Why stage 1 has to go to stage 2 to stage 3? Why stage 2 can go back to stage 1 and go to 0? Why it have to go to the end stage kidney failure? Who is failing the system? Am I asking good questions? Am I being biased? Am I not being rational? Someone please tell me if I'm on the right track. The system is broken. The system has failed us. The system is archaic, and many people have millions, lost their health, don't know what to do, and they are going to go further down the rabbit hole. But some people, they grow up with their granny, and when they are not well, they remember what granny told them, to use this bush and that root and that fruit. And they found back their health. But guess what? Many of our communities and cities have become concrete jungles. And we no longer even have these plants or shrubs or roots or trees there anymore. And if you want to see some things like sarsaparilla and chainy root and you know what I'm talking about, you have to go to AI. What is? Because you can't even see it. You don't pass it on the road anymore. And we have lost our way. Sorry, I've taken too much time on that, but I hope it makes sense. But ladies and gentlemen, we don't have to suffer and die because we lost our health. Thanks to companies like Atomic, we can find a way back. Him or him, ladies and gentlemen, one of God's greatest gifts to man. And if you are on the fence and someone telling you about it, and you're wondering if this can help you with whatever Mardi Gras and flux, the complaint that you have, that's a dictionary word, you can look it up. It's so strange. You meaning that you have a lot of health type issues, because you first of all, you started out with high blood pressure. Then the cousin diabetes came. Then all of a sudden your memory is being lost. And I'm not talking about old people, you know, 50 and above. Dr. Mark Hyman is on record to say, this generation may be the first generation not only to live sicker than their parents, but to die before their parents. Because when we were growing up as younger people, it seemed as if it was a natural progression, that is children that bury their parents. But what is happening nowadays? Parents and even grandparents are now burying their children and grandchildren. It seems as if children today are made out of bagasse board, for those who know it, and not made of mahogany, as the older generations used to. Because everything, every wind that blows, everything that comes up, they can't deal with stressful issues. They can't deal with mental issues. They can't deal with changes well. And they are just so soft and brittle that if any little stress in life, they're ready to commit the S word, and they are prepared to just end it and to move on. And they can't bother. There's no spirit of resilience and tenacity, and they don't have the backup system in their microbiome to make their dopamine and serotonin. You have lost it, man. We have lost the neurotransmitters that our bacteria makes. Most of them to keep us going are made by bacteria. And the system has launched a major campaign against our human pals. Can I call them that? Our human pals. I call microbes, microorganisms, the microbiome, which it is comprised of bacteria, virus. Some people list virus, some people don't list it. Bacteria, virus. We have things like protozoa, archaea, and even parasite. Joseph Liedenberg in 2001 gave them that umbrella term microbiome. And the rest of the community start to follow and call them that because they believe it works. And the system has launched a major war against our human pals, and our lives are the worst off for it. And I hope to get some time to share with you how that has drastically impacted our health. As I said earlier on, the Human Genome Project started in 1990, ended in 2000, 2001, thereabout. Didn't get answers. Based upon what Professor Julian David said, you can't consider human health without including bacterial genes. They started the Human Microbiome Project in 2006. When they concluded the study, it was so revealing, so mind-boggling, so mind-staggering that it totally blew the mind and staggered the imagination of those who concluded the study. It's not a small study. More than 1,000 of the world top-class scientists and more than 20 top universities participated in the Human Genome Project. Now, what they have discovered at the end of the human microbiome study is that whereas humans are comprised of 23,000 human genes, it was discovered that bacteria brings to the table in excess of 4 million genes. Wow. So microbial genes outnumber human genes by more than 200 and odd to 1. That is why I'm saying it's difficult to keep on calling ourselves human beings. We are multi-beings because these other guys bring to the table something huge and something massive. We are outnumbered and outgunned. And the information gets even more crazy because what makes us function as human are not even human. I might need to allow somebody to absorb that. Bob Marley's song says, when it hits, you feel no pain. Hope you don't feel any pain or strain from this new information. Microbes are discovered to be in charge of human health, ladies and gentlemen. Because humans don't have enough genes to run and operate the complicated and elaborate nature of the human body. The genes that we have are trying to remember some other type of thing. I think they say that the flea has 13,000 genes. The fruit fly has 23,000 genes. Did I say it right? The flea has 13,000 genes, yes. and the food fly has 20 to 30, no, it's more than the humans. It's 33,000 genes, and we have 23,000 genes. So human genes are really between the food fly and the flea. Now look at that. I am not the one that wrote the script, so please don't throw any stones at me. I'm just parroting back the narrative that is presented to me. So we have to be helped out. We need help. We are greatly outsourced. In Jamaica, we have a lot of outsourced agencies, they call them BPOs, that companies in places like USA, England, and other big jurisdictions and economies, they ask for persons in Jamaica that when their customers have complaints or asking questions, and that even people in India are answering a lot of your calls. So that this company, whether it be Walmart, whether it be Amazon, whether it be whatever, that they have arrangement with these other companies in these other countries. And so this work is outsourced. In a similar way, a lot of the activities of the human body are outsourced to bacteria and microscopic organisms. It rubbed me a certain way when I was studying this. Over the years, I've been studying this, and it had me a way to understand that bacteria plays such a critical role in my life, for example. And I have this hatred, this love-hate relationship for bacteria, because you have fauna and flora, because after a while, the information keep coming up. And you're wondering, you sort of scorn the very name bacteria. And we call them names, germs, scum of the earth. We call them critters. We say the only good bacteria is a dead bacteria, and didn't even know that we are cutting our nose to spite our face. So we have now realized that the narrative is shifting so much that we have not only rolled out the red carpet to the microbiome, we put the microbiome in tuxedo suit. We have offered them a seat at the conference discussion boardroom table, and they are now a part of our narrative, because the bacteria may be little, but them talawa. Do you understand that Jamaican Caribbean term? I think some of us do. They may be small, but they come with a heavy punch, because their army of 4 million genes is not small, and they greatly influence things in our body and even in our mind. And we will get to some of that. So bacteria does a lot of the heavy lifting for man. I use the word bacteria sometimes instead of microbiome, because the microbiome is indeed dominated by bacteria. So follow me if I use them interchangeably. So we do not have our bodies to ourselves. We have travelers with us on our journey. And these bacteria, for example, they surround us like a cloud. You do not see them, but they surround us like a cloud. So that our bacteria interact with the bacteria of persons who comes near to us, say within 6 feet. And each set of bacteria from each person, either persons or the group, is scanning the bacterial profile of the persons you are associating with, and is coming to certain conclusion, and is giving you a type of gut feeling about the person. So it's amazing the things we are learning in terms of bacteria. So they surround us like a cloud. They live on our skin as a second skin. You can't see them with the naked eyes. So we need the help of microscope, but they're there. You cannot look at your hand now or your face in the mirror and see that all of your skin is covered not just by human skin, but by microbial beings. They're all over you. And you still look pretty and handsome, but God know that you might get frightened, so that He doesn't make them so visible, but they are still profound, even though you cannot see. You have heard me say that if all that you can see If all that you see is all that you can see, then you do not see all there is to be seen. The eyes cannot detect a lot of things about you, ladies and gentlemen. So we have to understand and trust the science that comes to us. So these bacteria, they also live inside of us ubiquitously. Everywhere in the body, you find these bacteria and these microbes. 100 trillion microbes. 100 trillion microbes. It's a lot of study, because some studies say that human body is made up of 10 trillion cells. Other studies say 50 something, other studies say 70 something trillion. But for example, if the human body has 10 trillion cells and we have 100 trillion microbiome, it's almost like we're a hotel for bacteria and for microbes. And we may not like it, but here is where Dr. Stephen Gundry comes in. Dr. Stephen Gundry is on record to say, many humans do not like the idea or the thought of bacteria being so much up in our business as a part of our life and existence. But here's what he said, but we just have to get used to it. You can live with them, so to speak, mentally, but you can't live without them because of the role that they play. You see, ladies and gentlemen, the point I'm making is that the sooner you learn to embrace bacteria, the same thing that they poisoned your mind against, the same thing that they have demonized over the years. You are hearing these things about bacteria, and you have never had a more trusted friend than your bacteria, than your microbiome. Can you imagine that? And they demonized the very thing that has been impacting your life even before you were born. And we are going to hear some more of the story. And bacteria is even inside of your brain. If Dr. John Gray, who wrote the book Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus, he said in 2017 a discovery was made that for every neuron, which is a brain cell, you have 7 bacterial cells that surround each neuron to make it work more efficiently and more effectively. Now, see if you can wrap your brain around that one, because you don't even want to have bacteria on your fingertip, much as to have bacteria. Where, says Sir Clive? Inside of my brain. I did not write the narrative, but they are there. They cross the blood-brain barrier, and these bacteria are there to make you look smart and sound smart and make some of your neurotransmitters like your serotonin, your dopamine, your melatonin, your GABA, your epinephrine, norepinephrine, and the list, there's about 30 of them that is primarily made in the gut, however, and they are sent up to the brain. You're going to hear more about that in the narrative. So the new mantra or moniker of the human is that me, myself, and not I, but bacteria. Me, myself, and my bacteria. They are everywhere you go, and they are with you all the time. We are as bacterial as we are human. I might need to say that again, because somebody maybe staggered a while ago. But we are as bacterial as we are human. How could this be? Someone may be protesting. I don't like that arrangement. Can somebody fix this? I'm wondering if AI can, take over, because nowadays AI is everything, you know. I would rather AI than MI. I would rather artificial intelligence than microbial intelligence. But guess what? God is the one. God designed our body the way our body is designed, and He designed the body with 6 pounds of microscopic organisms. We are walking around literally with a zoo. Bacteria, virus, fungi, protozoa, archaea, and parasite. We have this zoo with us, walking around with it, and God is the one that designed the body so. And if you ever think you're bad and try to get rid of them, you become sick in proportion to how well you have found a way to rid yourself of bacteria and microscopic organisms, especially for those who take rounds and rounds and rounds of antibiotics, those who eat a lot of sugar, those who smoke a lot, those who drink alcohol, and those who practice bad hygiene and bad diet and things of that nature. You damage your microbiome and you become sick. MRI can't pick it up, CAT scan, X-ray, etc. can't pick it up. But guess what? Until you restore your microbiome, you will never get your health back, because there are multiple of reasons why God gave these unique human pals to us, ladies and gentlemen. So watching the time, I know the time has run off crazy, but let me try and get you in this so on. So you said, Sir Clive, where was the entrance of all of these microbes in our life? You get them from your mother. It's one of the greatest gifts your mom gave to you. As you scrape through the birth canal, they began to take charge of what they do and began to populate and to do things that make them grow on you and inside of you. The last time I spoke, I mentioned about the difference between someone that is born through the vagina, natural birth, versus someone that is born cesarean section, C-section. I may not have the luxury of time to explain it again unless you ask at the end of the call for me to do it for those who don't know the difference. But there is a difference, a big difference in terms of how a person is born. So the day that you were born, you were 99% human by cells and 1% by bacteria. Over the first 1,000 days of your existence on this planet, you went microbial shopping. And the truth be told, we have thousands and thousands of microbes floating around our atmosphere, our environment. So we live in an ocean of bacteria. Can't see them, but they are there. Not all bacteria and microscopic organisms have the ambition to inhabit human body, but many of them do. And many of them, God give that desire to inhabit the human body because they're going to perform a certain function inside the body. But guess what? At the end of, say, 3 years or 1,000 days, a great, massive, amazing transformation has taken place or took place. You are now 90% microbial and 10% human by cells. 10 trillion human cells to 100 trillion microbial cells. How do you totally call this body a human being? I think that we are misrepresented, we are misidentified. Our identity has been stolen and we are not told who we are, so we could more deliberately and intelligently live because of the type of being that we are. Because if we knew who we are, we would not consume so much alcohol. We would not work in spaces that there are so many different types of chemicals coming at us. We would not readily take antibiotics. We would say to the doctor, are there not more natural alternative than these chemical antibiotics you are giving me? Can we not find these antibiotics that operate naturally in Mother Nature that will more discriminate in killing the bad bad bacteria and leaving the good bacteria to do what they do best? Are these reasonable questions I'm asking, ladies and gentlemen? But because we are misidentified, we didn't know. We thought it was okay to keep on spraying these perfumes on our skin and our body. We thought it was okay to drink alcohol. We think it was okay to smoke. We think it was okay to eat these highly refined processed food. We think it was okay to eat sugar, and your taste bud hijack your own health. Ladies and gentlemen, we were not even given the dignity of being properly identified, and we are living for who we are not. And the person you think you are does not exist. My God. So CJ, do I pause here?
Yeah. Mr. Microbiome, Dr. Clive Campbell, you have to come again. We just have about 9 minutes before we shut down, and we have some questions for you, Dr. Campbell.
Okay.
But
Okay,
you
thank you.
definitely, we need to do a part 2, because guess what? I know you haven't even begun to get into the meat of it. So I
And
have
also, Mr. CJ, also, I would love for Mr. Clive to really break down.
You have an echo.
Oh yeah,
You
there's an echo.
I'm muting CJ. It's CJ. Okay. Yes. Mr. CJ, your mic has to stay muted while someone else is speaking. Okay, I keep muting you, Mr. CJ. It keeps going back. Okay. I would really like for you to break down the difference between cesarean and birth, natural birthing, because a lot of women in this day and age are actually scheduling cesarean birth because they have no clue. They're not being told. So break it down quickly, please.
I talking join up. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is fashionable these days for pregnant persons to avoid being the drama and trauma and dilemma of giving a natural birth. And it has become fashionable for them to go to their medical provider and schedule to have the child being born C-section. And what that has done, it prevents the child from going through the birth canal to get the birthright of their microbiome full spectrum. And what happens is that when they are born C-section, the bacteria they get primarily are the bacteria from the surgeon's garment, the bacteria that might be in the environment of the operating theater, or that of the nurses, and when the child lays on the mother to get the breast, you may get the Firmicutes bacteria primarily, and that is most of what the child gets. So they're at a severe disadvantage of not having a lively, robust, vibrant microbiome. And those children may, because there are some times when the child battles through well, but some children who are born C-section oftentimes develop obesity, autism, asthma, allergies, food sensitivities, and things of that nature. And later on in life, may get things like rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, Hashimoto's thyroiditis, and some of the autoimmune diseases, they become candidates like that. But what some persons do in some jurisdiction is that when the mother, on the day of the cesarean section, so because sometimes they need to get the cesarean section, the hours before, a day before, they may put a gauze in the vagina that mops up the vaginal fluid. And after the child is born, they smother this vaginal fluid with all these microbes in it over the child's face, upper chest, arm, the body as much as possible. And the child would tend to live a near normal life, like a child that is born through the vagina. I probably need to stop there for the sake of time.
Mr. Clive.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Microbiome, we have to have you back, without a doubt. And on behalf of the Momentum Morning family here, and on behalf of the Omega Radio family, because I understand that we are live right now. I really want to thank you, Mr. Clive, all the way over there in the city of Portmore, parish of St. Catherine, the island of Jamaica. I thank you, and I look forward to our taking a deep dive into the world of the microbiome. Thank you, Mr. Clive. God bless
Yes,
you.
sir. Thank you. Bless you.
So, Navlet, you want to close us out? And if you have any other questions for Mr. Clive before we go, over to you. Navlet, go ahead.
We can't hear you, Neverland.
Okay. Checking the chat, powerful. Oh my gosh, I'm astonished. Unbelievable. I learned the doctors encourage C-section because they get paid more and do okay. Is there any question that I might have missed in the chat? Because I can only see.
I have a question for you, Navlet.
Mm-hmm.
Because Dr. Campbell, he mentioned a powerful hemohym from Atomy. And I'm just wondering, why would he mention the hemohym? What does he know that we over here know? What is he trying to communicate to us this morning? You want to share your thoughts on that, Navlet?
So I can, Maria or Dr. Walida is here too, but I'll chime in. Hemoheme is our flagship product, as I would say. It's the standalone product because of what it does for the body. I always say, this is how I start up explaining hemoheme. The first property of hemoheme is detoxification, cleansing the body. Healing starts when we detox, go into the root cause of the problem. Hemoheme goes to the root cause by cleansing the body. We're loaded with toxicity, or our colon is backed up. A lot of people have colon issues. They are not going to the bathroom regularly. Some people tell me they go once a day, every other day. I've had people tell me I only go twice a week. If you're at that stage, you need hemoheme. You need a serious detoxer, and that's what it does for the body. Our bodies are made to heal itself. So why are we not healing the way we're supposed to? Why are we told by doctors that, oh, you're gonna have this health challenge for the rest of your life? We are made to heal. Our Creator created us to heal. This body is perfectly and wonderfully made by God to heal itself if we just give it what it needs. So hemoheme enables the body to heal itself through the process of detoxification. And then it's also a functional supplement. So it's also building the blood, building, your NK cells and all those wonderful things that it does for the body. So my take is every one of us needs hemoheme. For myself, I take it to stay healthy so I do not end up with these chronic and degenerative health issues. And for those that have health challenges, that's looking for restoration to get their life back, we have hemoheme here. And then we have all the other wonderful health supplement that goes along with it.
Right. Like our SCI microbiome Neverland.
Yes.
I'm just really super excited that he's talking about the microbiome today, because that particular, we have several probiotics, our SCI microbiome is in our global, at GMAL. But when I was hearing him talking about the bacteria, the healthy bacteria, in that particular probiotic, the SCI microbiome, it has that L. reuteri, the L. reuteri bacteria, probiotic bacteria, which is a powerful, powerful cancer fighter. And we know that cancer now is epidemic. There's an epidemic of cancer. And so just getting back to the fact that what he said about we are ecosystems and we are bacteria is it's confirmation. Everything that he was saying is confirming, very, very confirming, that we really need to watch our gut microbiome.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, that L. reuteri that's in there, it helps to suppress the H. pylori bacteria that causes cancer. It helps to prevent that. It's anti-tumor. It helps to reduce tumors. It stops the growth of colon cancer, colorectal cancer. And so that is amazing that it does that, among other things. And then in that particular, and we all should, everybody, we should be sold out of our SCI microbiome because it's a powerful cancer inhibitor. And also the L. plantarum bacteria that's in there also fights all kinds of cancer, breast cancer, melanomas, all kinds of cancers. And it stops and inhibits the growth. It helps to inhibit the growth of those cancers. So I'm just super duper excited. And I can't wait till he comes back and goes into more detail. But those are just two of the probiotic bacteria that are in our SCI microbiome. And I don't want to start talking about how good it is for our skin, but we know that if your gut microbiome is off, then your skin is not going to look as fast. So, I talk about skin all the time, but I was just excited to hear him speak on our bacteria on our bodies and in our bodies and how important they are. The skin has a microbiome too, but it all begins in the gut. So I just wanted to add that.
Thank you, Maria. And to imagine that Dr. Campbell was having some serious challenges there with the dissonance. Hats off, he struggled through. I could tell that he was dealing with some challenges there with the noise. So we thank him, and we definitely have to have you back, Dr. Clive. Dr. Walisa, you have a yes. She wants you to comment on perhaps you could do that, Maria. How can we nourish the microbiome? That's coming from Dr. Walisa. A quick comment and then we're out of here.
Were you asking Dr. Walida a question, CJ?
I think she wants a little bit of sharing.
Unmute her.
Nourish.
Gotta eat healthy. We know that.
It goes back to the diet, what we're putting in, our lifestyle.
Absolutely.
It's the lifestyle.
Right, you want to stay away from the sugars and all the fatty foods, unhealthy fats, those seed oils.
Yeah. The
those things.
canola oil and all those others. Go ahead, Miss Carol. Miss Carol?
Oh, well, Carol, well, my question is actually,
Where is she?
You're
unmuted. You're unmuted, Carol.
I didn't have a question. Dr. Walisa is trying to unmute herself. She put it in the chat. So will y'all please mute her?
You're unmuted, Dr. Walida.
Oh, okay. I was trying to speak. Well, the question I had, first of all, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so the question I had for Dr. Microbiome was I wanted to ask what was the one step, the best step he knew that we could take to nourish the microbiome.
Okay, thank you for asking. Can I respond? Hello? Okay, I don't know if you're hearing me.
Yeah, we hear you.
We hear you.
Okay. It's not necessarily one step, but a very important step, as Lady Novelet and others were saying, your diet. Bacteria does not appreciate a lot of what we call food. It's poison. It's poison to the microbiome. And if diet is wrong, medicine is of no use. If diet is right, medicine won't be needed. So we need to eat our way back to health. And the way to do that is to consume food that bacteria recognizes as food, and those are food with fiber and polyphenols.
Yeah.
You get fiber from a lot of ground provision. If God does not make it, do not eat it. Some persons are very revolutionary to say, because God is the only person qualified to make man's food and man's medicine. What we call food is fake. It's refined, acidic, and processed. That makes it poisonous, inflammatory, and nutrient lacking, because they do not respect the body for what it is. We eat because of our taste buds. And that is what is killing off a lot of us and causing us to be sick, because we're not eating for the nature and the intelligence of the body. We are eating because of what we like to eat. So that is why we were saying earlier on, if you knew better, you might have started to eat better. But the system doesn't tell you. It doesn't matter. You just eat any and anyhow. As long as you feel pleased about it and it excites the brain, eat it. No, that's wrong. Because your microbiome, you have to accommodate them. And every time you go to a restaurant, do not only place an order for how your human cells are dictating. Place an order knowing that your human pals have come along and you're going to eat this for them, or you're going to do at home, you're going to cook this. Bearing in mind, your human pals don't eat what you like to eat, and you have to feed them. If you do not feed them, they feed on you, and you're going to get sick. Ooh.
I like that.
I
see
love
that one
that.
resonated too.
I absolutely love that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The system has done us a great disservice. I don't know how them sleep at night time. And it's a lot, you know, the Bible says something powerful. The love of
money.
Oh Lord. What will people do because of money? You see what I'm saying to you? The love of money. And when money speaks, the truth is kept silent.
Yeah.
A lot of people, unfortunately, I have to give you this one before we close today. The sheep goes through life in fear of the wolf, only to be slaughtered by the shepherd.
My.
Wow.
Wow.
It's not the wolf killing us. Those who regard as our shepherds put their hands around our neck and tell us nice, plausible things and so on. Eventually, their advice costs us our life, because it is not people that matters, it is profit that matters. Isn't that a sad thing?
That's exactly what's been happening.
And that is why God had to find companies like Atomic, because people need to get something that represents what? Nutrition. We are eating too much paper. And then if it's not bad enough, we put it in the microwave oven and cause it to become a fuel that inflames the body.
Yes.
And those who are paying your money, not giving you the right answers. Lord, I'll start the next presentation, but I think you understand what I'm saying.
My goodness.
Yes, we get it.
We need an army of us that sees the truth and will tell our neighbors. Wake the town and tell the people what is really happening for those who would believe. Because some of us are so brainwashed. They buy the aim of him. They are sick like by the dog and his 10 cousins. They're looking at the aim of him, and the doctor said, don't take it. And guess what they do?
They don't.
They die.
That's so
for lack of knowledge.
Yes. But you know, Mr. Clive, it gets worse than that.
Yes.
Well, I've had experience where they're taking the products, they're doing exceptionally well. The blood work is coming back. The doctor's like, oh my God. And then they keep going. And then eventually the doctor said, wait a minute, what are you doing here? And they tell the doctor, and the doctor tell them, oh, don't take it, it's not good for you.
Wow.
Despite these individuals seeing the results of their blood work, they stop taking it because the doctor told them it is not good. They said, I can't take it anymore. But I said, but the blood work every time you go was better and better, right? Yes, but I have to listen to my doctor. I am telling you, people are not using their brains anymore. They're just going by whatever they're told. This is why they remove critical thinking from the school system, so you don't use, you don't think. Because how can you see the result? The doctor is telling you 3 times before that the blood work is so great. Oh my gosh, you're doing so great. And then the doctor said, what are you taking? And then they tell you not to take it and you stop. How do you do that? And then you end up going back to where you were on medication, laying up in your bed, can't do anything, because this is what happened to that lady. And she
They passed away. But you get news that passed
she
away.
eventually died. This lady was up and about. She's now hanging out with her grandkids at the pool. When I started with her, she was laid up in the bed. She ended up right back in the bed because she followed what he said. People, we have to think. We have to use common sense. It's just very sad. Very, very sad. So anyway, anyone else want to chime in before we go? Because Mr. CJ said 11, right? Hello.
I just want to say I'm just very thrilled that we had you today, Dr. Clive. And can't wait for you to come back and to elaborate on more of what we ought to be doing. We just, like you said, we need to be an army so that we can help to save our people, save our own self first, and then save everybody that we can, everybody who will listen. So that we will not be sheep going to the slaughter. They don't have the right to slaughter us. We have the right to live, and people need to be taught, especially young people.
Yes.
They need to be taught to eat like not their parents. Sometimes, in some cases, not the grandparents, but like the great grandparents used to eat. So, this is an awesome topic, and thank you so much.
Yes.
And would you allow me to reiterate, friends?
Yes.
Your most faithful ally for your entire life are bacteria. You can trust them. It's going to take a lot of effort to undo the brainwashing you have received from your child. But you have to learn to do that. Undo the damage done to your brain and work along with your microbiome and the powerful products of this company for a reconditioning of your mind and your health. One example I give you, for every immune cell, you have 200,000 microbial cells. They teach your immune system, bacteria, they teach your immune system to recognize the good guys or from the bad guys. They nourish, they nurture, they train, they govern, they manage your immune system. 80% of your immune system is inside of your gut. And they are the ones that are the chaperone for what started out as your virgin immune system and educate and empower you. And they take you from crayons to perfume, to my microbiome with love.
I hadn't heard that in a long time, from crayons to perfume. That's in the song that this girl Lulu sang, To Serve with Love.
To serve with love.
Hey, we have one person that had their hands up quickly, and we'll end with Miss Valerie. Oh, let me unmute you. Go ahead, Miss Valerie. Go ahead.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody.
Yes.
First and foremost, CJ, thank you so much for inviting Dr. Campbell. Dr. Campbell, thank you so much for the powerful and profound message that you shared with us today. Um, I don't know where to begin. I'm so excited. Maria, thank you, because I'm on that microbiome. I purchased it as soon as you mentioned it.
Yes.
And I'm on it now, my first bottle. And you confirmed what Maria said about this microbiome. And I just want to say again, people, when I mention my age, it's not because I want to, but I don't care. I'm South African. We don't care about the age thing. I'm 73 years old and just turned 73. And I am not on any medications because I took what the good doctor is saying here very, very seriously at a very young age. We need to be coachable. Maria mentioned this microbiome, and so many of you mentioned these things, and I just go by what I'm so sorry. I'm going by what I hear, the testimonies. You just have to, again, I'm glad that he mentioned God, because you have to allow the Holy Spirit to lead you. You have to discern. I can go on and on about that. Let me quickly say this. There's a booklet, a little booklet written by Charles Capp, the late Bishop Charles Capp, called God's Creative Power for Healing. I've been reading, or shall I say not reading, meditating on this little booklet for the past 30 years. And I do believe it is because I speak to my body, that I'm not on medications, etc. So again, doctor said, thank God for Atomy. I thank God for Atomy every single day, especially since Atomy is the CEO is a Christian, is based on Christian belief. We have so much to give God praise for. So I can say a lot, but thank you, CJ. Thank you, Dr. Campbell. Thank you, Dr. Olida, for coming on the call. Thank you, everybody. We are blessed. We really, truly are. So thank you for allowing me to share.
Bless you.
Okay, I think that is it. Let's see what's in the chat. How do you get this product to buy? It's on the ATG Mall. I have it on the screen right now. If you're referring to the probiotics, it's here on the screen. You just go to your ATG Mall that's attached to your regular mall, and you will have access to it.
And it's affordable. It's very affordable.
Yeah. Here it is, $38. And you get 60 in there. So I'll just do this quickly. If you're not familiar, I would go from the US Mall, this little drop down arrow right here. You click on ATG and it takes you over to the Korean site. Okay. Well, Mr. CJ, you want to close out Mr. Clive? I'll mute myself. Mr. CJ? Mr. CJ?
Hey, Novelet.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Yes, so again, we thank Dr. Clive, and we look forward to a deeper dive in the microbiome as we explore more on this subject matter. We will get well and we will stay well. We are so blessed to have this wonderful platform, Atomy, and a wonderful range of products, including standalone great Hemohim, stomach health, Mycelium husk, and all these other products. So wonderful, wonderful, wonderful sharing. Well, that's all for me now, Vlad. Sign up, and tomorrow morning again, 9:45 pre-game, 10 o'clock show time. Thank you all, and thank you, Mike.
Thank you so much, Mr. Clive. We do appreciate you when you come. You give us so many golden nuggets. And I hope that, you know, we took notes and we'll run over to this website here to the ATG Mall and get our microbiome going. I mean,
Yes.
it's great. Isn't it great? You had the topic on this and we have the product to address it.
Yes. Yes.
So that is
Yeah.
perfect.
The scientists and the head of your company are geniuses. They have their fingers on the pulse of health, and they know the human body, and that is why they had to bring this product to market. God bless them all.
Okay, so
Let's see. Take care now. Thank you for having me.
well, I'm gonna unmute everyone so they can say thank you. Oh, come on. I'll give you guys. So everyone can unmute themselves and say thank you to Mr. Clive if you wish.
Thank you so much.
Welcome. Thank you.
Only Maria? Come on, guys, say thank you. Okay, I see cameras, but I don't hear anyone saying thank you. Well, I appreciate it. I see Miss Florence is on here. Did you want to chime in, Miss Florence? Oh, you're not unmuted? Okay, sorry about that, guys. Okay. Can you unmute now?
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Cannot thank you enough, Mr. Clive.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I've been asking a question, no one has answered in the chat. I said, can children less than 2 years take hemohim?
Oh,
If yes, what is the dosage? And what is a website where I can go to look out all the products?
Oh, wow. Is this your first time ever?
Yes.
Okay, so it's the time. Ask the person that invited you to take you to the website.
I've been asking him. He hasn't, I don't know, responded.
Okay.
Sorry.
Hold on. Let me. That's
Does Rose have my number? Does Rose have any?
What is your What is your number?
Does Rose have my
Where
number?
did you go?
My phone number?
Yes.
510.
Hold on one moment.
Go ahead.